Yes, well, back with you. Hello again, Jim Burns. What we got going on here today is a Ross Custom switch that I purchased that's used. Got it very cheap. And the reason I got it very cheap, I'll try to show you here. It has some issues for you. There we go. And then we'll zoom in. As you can see, our points are just flopping around there. The pins are missing. They go down to the throw bar, and the throw bar is missing, which goes between these sets of ties, goes on under and out the other side. And it has pins in it that come up and are soldered to these two rails here. So what I did was, let me put this back. I had a Ross switch here. I'll show you what it looks like. Give you a good idea what I'm talking about. Oh, wrong way. There it is. So there's the throw bar. And it's, like I say, there's two pins that come up off of that throw bar, soldered to these points. And then when you throw the ground throw or your switch machine, it'll just move that throw bar and move the points. So what I did was I took a scanner lid from an old printer that I had, and I cut out a piece of plastic that'll fit our switch between the ties. There it is. Marked it all out with my calipers here, the old digitals. So that'll get us pretty exact. So I got that all marked out, laid out. I don't know if you can see the scribe marks that I made. Oh yeah, you can. And I drilled holes for the points, the pin. Well, there's the throw holes. There's the points. Another throw hole, so you can throw it from either side. So the pins were missing on the original switch, so we're going to find something to replicate that. And so what I came up with was these brass let me try to zoom out. Some brass escutcheon pins. Okay, and they look like this. They're 18 gauge. So they're just like that. Now this one I was getting ready to solder, and I thought, oh, maybe somebody will be interested in this. So I put some paste flux on there. What I'm going to do is pre-tin these, so I can just put them up through the throw bar, prop up the bottom of the throw bar to hold the nails and these pins in place, solder them to the points, and then it should work, I hope. Yeah. And then I'll just trim them down after they're soldered to the points there. I'll just trim them down to the length that we need. No sense fighting with real short pins, so we'll give that a shot. I'll bring you back in a minute. Okay, just to give you a shot of what I was talking about. This is just a scanner lid. It's broken off an old printer. But as you can see, I cut out a little section there to make our throw bar. Just cut it a little long so I have something to grab onto, something to work with. That worked out nicely. Glad I saved that. Yeah. So now what we're going to do is attempt to get these pins soldered. See if I can get the light where we need it. Put our camera where we need it. Alright, I got the soldering iron heated up here. Like I say, I just put some paste flux on here. Just to get it ready for some solder. Clean up our tip a little bit so we don't have any issues. I just use the fine side of an emery board. On these smaller tips, a file just takes away too much. So this is just to clean it up. Alright. Let's grab our solder here. We're just going to pre-tin these. Alright. That's all we need for that one. Let's set that aside. Get another one in the clamp here. Get our paste on there. Flux. That's all we need there. Okay. So then what we need to do is get our pins up through our throw bar here. Probably still a little toasty there, but oh, let me get that clump of solder off of there. Just a little bit, making it too big to get through the hole. Yeah, but otherwise this switch is in good shape. I mean, it's used, it's got some ballast on there and whatnot, but it's fine. All you need is the head of the rails clean Let's see. And I have it wired. The switch is wired for no matter what route, the divergent or the straight through will have power. I didn't need any isolating pins on this or anything. We're in good shape the way it is. That should do it. See if she goes through the hole now. Oh yeah. And this one's got a little bit of solder at the end too, so we might as well clean that up. Should take care of that. Get that up through our hole, see how it works. Oh, still a little thick there. That should do it. Put a little test fit here. See how we did. There we go. Alright, we got those up through there. Okay, now we got to take them back out. Because the Throwbar actually has to slip. I'll show you here. If you can see here, there's a plastic ribbon here that goes through all the ties. It gives it a little more stability. I don't know if can you see it okay? But anyway, our bar has to go up through there. Thusly. Alright. And then making sure our points are out of the way. It can push our pins through. Like that. Just got to make sure they're on the inside of those points. And like that. Then I'll put a piece of balsa wood underneath the throw bar just to hold the pins up where they're supposed to be. But then we should be able to move our points once we're soldered. So I'll bring you back when I build that up. Okay, back with you. So now I just cut a piece of balsa wood here. And we're just going to slip that under there. Oh, I got to cut that a little shorter. Hang on. Get my snips here. Just to fit between those stringers there, that ribbon, plastic ribbon there. There we go. So then that fits there between the ties. And then when we flip it over, it'll be able to hold the head of those pins up where they need to be. Alright. So here's our throw bar. We're on the inside of our points. Okay, get a little bit of flux on this first one here. A little too much, but that's all right. There we go. Might as well put the rest on this one. Alright, make sure we're vertical. Bring our iron in here. You don't want to stay on there too long. You don't want to melt the plastic on your throw bar. Let's give that a test. Yep, that works good. Alright. Flip this around so where I can see it. Alright. We'll go for this other one here. Alright, let's take a look at that now. Let's see if she's working. Oh yeah, there it is. There we go. It's going over that side good. Going over that side good. Excellent. Looks good to me. Alright. And then I'll come in here after a minute and I'll just clip those off. Well, let me try to do it right now while we're sitting here talking about it. Get them clipped off close to the base. It's all about the base, about the base. No trouble. Alright, there's that one. Where's our piece of... Oh. Where did that go?
There it is.
Alright. I'm going to use a piece of wood this time to hold this from flying, because the last one went right into my thumb when I snipped it. See how it does? Alright, so there's those. They're snipped off. Put that in the junk tray. And we're all set with our new set of points. Looks like they're going to work just fine. Yep. We'll put a throw on the end right here. Okay, there's our ground throw from Caboose Industries. This is on a Gargrave switch, but they work equally well. Has a little throw there. Then you can see it'll move the points for us. So I'll get one of these. Install that on our switch here. Zoom back out. And that should do it. One repaired switch. I'll trim this. This is way too long. I made it long, just give me some extra to fool around with, but yeah, it's going to work great. I'm very happy with that. And then these holes out here, you know, you can use different ground throws, and wherever you need it, give yourself some extra holes. Like on one of my switches, the one I just showed you, the ground throw is actually about 8 inches away. So it's got a big long brass rod that hooks up into one of the holes, and then you work the throw from like the edge here, and but does work out. But anyway, I'll cut this off now that I know where we need to be. We're all soldered up, pins are in place. I'll clean the top of the track and clean all that stuff off, the flux off of there. You got to get it off. It'll start eating it away over time, so it's best to clean all that off. Alright. I'll show you what I'm talking about here. Okay, so back with you. Here's what I was talking about, the throw, the ground throw for this switch. That's another Ross, that's a newer one. But this ground throw has a brass spring rod, that thinner rod there. It goes through a brass tube, and then you can just throw it here, and then you can watch the points move over there. Works fine. So that's the other situation I was telling you about. And then I'll go ahead and purchase another one of these ground throws for the switch we just repaired, and we'll call that project finished. Toodles.